for the girls becoming, the girls returning, the girls remembering who they are. This is power with perfume on it. This is softness in a silk robe. This is becoming Harris energy.
Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to the Becoming Hers channel. My name is Kayla, and I don't know why I just did that. I definitely do not know. But if you are new here, I don't know why the fuck would I do that. If you are new here, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. If you are returning, hey boo baby, I see you. Don't know why I did that shit either, but I think I made a short video about shifting. I don't think I really talked about shifting deeply. I don't know. I don't believe I went deep. And I feel like shifting deserves depth. I'm going to talk about shifting a lot. Every season I shift in will be talked about because each shift is different and each shift brings a different type of clarity in for me, a different type of perspective. And if you are here watching this, I manifested you. I asked God to align this video with those who are also shifting. So if you're watching this, you are definitely in a transition period. A huge one at that. And what is crazy is how frustrating the in-between period can be. It is when your spirit is already on the next level, but your body and your day-to-day hasn't caught up yet. It is the weirdest, most uncomfortable part about shifting. I am super grateful for where life has taken me. I am super grateful for the people, the places, and the things that I've been led to, guided to. My job, for instance. Last year, you could not tell me shit about my job. I loved it. I overlooked so much. I'm just happy to be here. I love the kids. I love my coworkers. I love everybody because that's just who I am in general. I'm just like a bubbly person. But definitely last year it meant something to me and it taught me so much. But this year definitely does feel different. Not because of the kids, not because of the coworkers, not because of the environment, not because I don't care, because I honestly do. But because I feel like I'm changing. I feel like two things can be true at one time. I can be grateful and unsatisfied. Gratitude does not mean I have to lie to myself. This shift showed up in the most random and smallest moments I tried to dismiss, but they kept coming and it kept coming and it kept coming. I remember a couple of weeks ago, I was journaling in my journal and I just felt like this urge of alignment. I had a feeling of alignment and shift and change, but before the shift came, I don't want to say a couple weeks ago, honestly. I want to say maybe a couple months ago. But recently I was journaling and I was like, God, I know that you're taking me somewhere else. I know that you're rerouting me. And it's a lot of things in life that I love so much that I cannot see myself depart from. I cannot see myself losing it. And if it is meant to not be in my life, it is meant to have, I guess, served its purpose. If I have lived and learned what I needed to learn, please make me dislike it so that I can remove or detach from it. Because it's a lot of things in my life that I love so much, people, places, things, that I love so much that right now, if you ask me to let go of it, I would have a hard time letting go of it, or I would struggle, or I probably would ignore. And that is so honest with myself. I'm just being honest. I was so honest with myself. I was at work one morning. I wasn't feeling my best. I was overcoming a cold, and but I was still doing what I always do, and it's just pushing through. Um, the environment was being the environment that it always is, and I usually just handle it with grace, but this time something felt off. The room felt different. It felt heavier. the air felt different. My spirit was different. And in my mind, like I got this intuitive feeling, like pay attention to this feeling. And that like intuition type of nudge turned into something I couldn't ignore. This doesn't feel like home anymore. Not because of the job or in general, anything, but because the environment is no longer aligned with who I'm becoming. The peace, the energy, the way my spirit strengthens the second I walked into the building, my body caught wind before my mind did. And I've learned something about myself. When I outgrow spaces, my body speaks first, especially in my solar plexus chakra. It feels so uncomfortable, like knots. And last year, I'm telling y'all, last year, none of this. I was so happy, excited, wake up every morning faithfully, put my clothes on, go to work, just happy, excited. This year, a different story, like just different. And like I said, I still love who I get to serve. I really do. But love and alignment speaks two different languages. Sometimes love says, thank you for this season, but this season is over. That's where I am at, in like this weird, messy middle in between part. The place where your spirit has already moved forward, but your feet are still showing up out of routine. The place where you know too much to go back, but you can't fully leap forward yet. It feels like waking up in a room that used to fit you, and suddenly the walls feel like they are closing in. It feels like grieving what a space no longer gives while still honoring what it did. It feels like being too evolved for where you are, but not yet living where you're meant to be. That in between part is very fucking messy, but the in between part is very holy, and it definitely means that you aren't lost, that you are changing, that you are growing, that you are expanding, that you are becoming more than what more could be. One thing I've been trying to practice is the law of detachment, wanting the dream, having the desire, holding the vision, but not strangling the outcome. Because sometimes God answered the prayers in a completely different outfit than the one we imagined. So now I dream big, but I don't hold on to the outcome of that dream. I don't force the how. I don't force the when. I don't force how it should and how I want it to look. I let God be the creative director with my life. I am in the messy middle of that. My nervous system has been tapping me like, girl, do not abandon us for no fucking paycheck. Do not strength for stability. Do not betray yourself because you are scared. That inner version of me, the one who learned survival too early, she is like popping up. And I can hear like, I guess my inner dialogue just telling me like, please don't put me back into environments that make us feel small. And I can feel like my intuition is telling me to breathe, to relax, to live in the moment, to rest, to choose myself in real time. I'm learning not to argue with that inner dialogue with myself. I'm learning not to ignore my body. And ignoring your body is how you repeat a cycle. The unknown used to be very scary, very terrifying, very ugly, to say the least. But I'm starting to very much view it differently. The unknown is not the enemy, it is a place where you meet yourself. The unknown is where God does his best work. It is the hallway between who I was and who I am becoming. Hallways aren't always decorated. They echo. They are awkward. They are uncomfortable, but hallways still lead to rooms, and hallway still leads to doors. And I'm learning to live with that intention and understand that I can honor my commitments today and still build my exit tomorrow. I can finish this chapter with grace and still start outlining the next one with courage. Sometimes the blessing isn't the destination. Sometimes the blessing is the hallway that slowed you down enough to hear yourself. Fear will always ask you, what if you fail? What if it don't work out? What if no one X, Y, and Z? What if no one wants you? What if, what ifs? But faith always asks you, what if you land where you're prayed to be? What if that door lead to a billion other open doors of opportunities? Fear protects the past. Faith protects the future. You get to choose the driver. You have to choose which one you want to drive in the car with. I have survived every version of myself that swore I could not make it. And so have so many people, and so have so many people that's watching this. Why would this chapter not be different? I am so thankful to God for this part of my life, for the becoming, for the expansion, for the clarity, for the push. So here's my prayer for anyone in the in between is with me. May we release what we've outgrown without guilt. May our bodies feel like home again. May our gifts find rooms they were made for. May the hallways always be gentle, and may the next door open wider than what we imagined. I am definitely unsatisfied, yes. I am grateful, yes. I am brave, yes. And I am becoming, yes. And everything can be true at the same time. Ciao.